she flips out. And she rats me out to the principal. He finds his Ghostbusters lunchbox dick treasure chest, and he fucking flips out. He calls in my parents. Turns out this principal is some sort of religious fanatic, and he thinks I'm possessed by some sort of dick devil. My parents make me go see some therapist, and he's asking me all these dick questions. They literally made me stop eating foods that were shaped like dicks. No hot dogs, no popsicles. You know how many foods are shaped like dicks? The best kind.
All right, you guys, welcome to Flick Dicks, loving and hating movies as well as everything in between. I am your host, MTR, also known as Matt the Rat, and as always, Hayden. And our guest for today, I can't even hear you, man. I think the mic is off.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, there we go.
Todd.
All right. We're going to be talking about, this is the end. We talked about it last week, but we got someone else that watched it, so we want to go ahead and hear about his review. That is our guest, Todd. We're also going to be talking about Man of Steel, just for a quick little moment. And then we are also going to talk about Monsters University, and as always, the upcoming movies and top box office movies. So let's go ahead. Let's get into that. The first thing we should talk about, obviously, is Man of Steel. Everybody has seen it here. Hayden, did you almost fall asleep during the movie?
No, I actually didn't. I was focused on the screen the whole time.
Jared almost fell asleep. He was nodding off, man. It was awesome.
Dude, and he fell asleep 3 times watching Star Trek.
I heard.
I fall asleep to him. The movie was awesome.
I don't know, man. I think he's one of those people that, like, just the weed gets to him. And
He's one of those guys
like,
that just, like, he has to get up every time and he always is sleepy. And if he has the chance to sleep, he will take it no matter where he is.
Oh, yeah, by all means. It's pretty funny. But I saw him nodding off, and, man, I came in. They're like, Matt, you almost didn't make it in. I had this big old thing of popcorn. Yep. Freaking, I put they had the seasoned popcorn stuff, so I put a whole bunch of, I think it was the Parmesan cheese. Or like,
do that at home, but I feel like it ruins the
it kind of does.
Movie theater experience.
It kind of does, because you're like, it doesn't taste like popcorn then. It just kind of like, it's like this foreign thing that doesn't belong with you, you know what I mean?
I personally don't get it because it's usually really expensive. I know at the Regal it's like 50 cents every time you use that.
Oh, dude, they leave it open for free in Uptown Whittier, so they have this big old thing, and you're just like, you can just drench it, dude. It's awesome.
That's why Uptown Whittier movie theater is awesome.
Yeah, and it's like $7 for...
Seriously, the best movie theater.
Dude, it's $9 every day except Tuesdays and Thursdays, and it's like $5.
I think Mario was the one that told us that there was like some audio guy that was doing work up there, and he told us that like they have one of the best sound systems, that like it's not completely based, like it's straight up made for like amazing quality.
It is. It has really good sound.
Yeah, I never noticed that till like I started paying attention to more movies, and I'm like, dude, the sound quality is always awesome. I should have saw Batman there.
Not bad for a theater that used to be a strip club.
It was a
No,
porno
it
theater.
didn't.
Or a porno
It used to be a
theater,
porno theater.
No, it
Pussycat
didn't.
Theater.
You guys are liars.
Ask Mario.
That is awesome. They should have kept it.
No, it's not. No.
Then he would have saw Pee Wee Herman come out. Be like, oh, that's
Yeah, but that's like the one place you can do that in.
Oh no, they allowed you to do that in there?
No, you can't jerk it.
Wait, what's the point in going to a porno movie then?
I think that's like the one place that will actually allow you. That's why I don't know. I never been to one.
No, because Pee Wee Herman got they kick you out. That's why Pee Wee Herman got caught jerking it in a porno theater.
It wasn't a
he
porno
wasn't
theater?
he wasn't jerking it. He was manipulating his testicles, okay? That's what he said in court. Get it right.
I thought it was like in somewhere else. I didn't know it was a porno theater.
Yeah, it was a porno theater.
And like
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's all good. He was
like Times Square used to be a huge porno theater then. It was like porno theaters everywhere.
What?
Like in the early 80s and late 70s.
Jeez.
Before the internet.
I know that's
Times
exactly what I
Square
was
was like
gonna
a
say.
red light district.
Really?
Oh, gosh.
I'm not surprised.
Must have been awesome. But let's get into Man of Steel. I gave it if you listen to Undercity Chaos in the Mind of the Comic Comer, I gave it an 8. There were some things that I just kind of felt like it was missing. It did get boring for me, but at the same time, it explained a lot. It did a lot. It definitely pushed to go into a Justice League movie, and I appreciated that. But it was, to me, like, as much as it was giant and action packed, it was very boring for me for whatever reason.
Boring?
I wouldn't say it was boring. I just said some parts were slower than others.
Okay, I can maybe agree with that. Like the whole I think the whole Papa Kent dying, that lasted about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Just that tornado. I was like, oh god.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it was boring. I just said it was a little slow.
I like how something that takes 10 minutes to do, your
Complain about. I'm like,
attention
my
span.
10 minutes is taken away because you took too long. How do you think sex is for me,
A
dude?
heartfelt story about a man.
He's not a man. He's a Krypton.
Yeah, he's an alien.
I was talking about Jonathan Kent.
Oh, Jonathan Kent died.
Sacrificing himself for his son's safety and
Yeah,
secrecy.
no.
Oh yeah.
All right. And then I'm complaining about it. Like, how dare you do that to me?
How dare you make me feel emotional?
It was just, I don't know. There were times where it was just I don't know. Maybe it was just a little too hoppy for me. It's like, oh, we got to go back into a flashback.
Like I would rate this movie as an 8 also. A very strong 8. There were some parts in the movie which I really didn't feel like I was watching a Superman movie. Like the beginning, I didn't know if I was an Avatar or like The Matrix. Or,
Hey, dude, that was pretty cool, man.
I'm not saying it wasn't cool. I'm just saying, like, what am I watching? I'm not watching a Superman movie, obviously.
It's because we've never been to Krypton yet, dude. We
Every
went to
time
Krypton.
the Troll Dragon thing was like freaking Avatar.
And the ship coming down to Earth, like that was Independence Day blowing shit up.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I could agree. Yeah, we talked about. Wasn't there a part where I know I mentioned it on a Flick Dicks? It was when that guy. What did we say? It's at the very end, man. Oh, we were like, Khan.
When he kills freaking
When he kills General Zod, he's like, no.
He's like, no, I'm like Zod or Khan.
What about Superman finally knelt before Zod at the end?
Yeah,
Does he?
Yeah, and he cries like a little bitch.
yeah.
When?
At the end, right after he kills him.
I was like, in my head, I was like,
He's kneeling?
He's
Oh, because
kneeling
he's on
before
his
Zod,
knee?
yeah.
Oh, gosh, come on, you
the whole
guys.
movie, I was waiting for him to say kneel before Zod, and then he actually did at the end. I was like,
Wasn't really doing that though. That was not. I don't think that was really intentional. I just think it was just the wrong circumstance.
Wait, Sue, can you rewind Avengers? I want to see the part where he's like, that man's playing Tetris. No, that man's playing Galaga. Right there. Oh, he is! Oh, I went back. Yeah, I saw it right now. That's freaking awesome.
So don't go back.
That's freaking
See, that's the difference between Avengers and Superman. Like, and all these like the Nolan movies, it's like there's no
They're serious.
comedic relief.
It's very
that's
dry.
what- and that's
it's
what makes-
very dry.
And that's what makes the movie like feel like it goes too slow because there's no comedic relief.
I could agree with you on that. Like
what-
the part
what-
where
but
it's
like-
in Dark Knight Rises, where he's like, "You got away." What do you mean he got away? It's got a lot of firepower. When you don't, like, it's very dry humor. It's very realistic humor. Like even at the end, she's like, "What are you smiling about?"
Why so serious?
You have to admit he's kind of hot. Like at that part, like,
yeah.
everybody laughed in the movie theater when they saw that.
Yeah.
So it was like it was very dry humor.
Well, it worked.
It did.
What about the fact that he was only called Superman once, and it was by a character that didn't.
He meant nothing.
He meant nothing to the storyline.
Superman's coming. Who's that? No. That's
It
what they're
actually
calling him.
explains it's like the S. Well,
Stands for hope.
stands for hope, but it's like they didn't really call him super until the end. Actually, I didn't mind that at all. Actually,
I did.
Yeah, like it bugged the crap.
It
out
could
of
have
me.
been cool. Like it could have been like his mom or like one of like either.
yeah, but he
dad.
didn't get it until like later in the movie.
Yeah, would you rather him call him right? Oh, you're my Superman, sweetie.
know.
Like, what are you
That's
gonna
so
do?
stupid.
I don't
I
know,
would've
man. I have to
enjoyed
agree.
that.
I liked how the way they actually came out. Was like they're in the room and it's like, hey, that's an S, and it's like, no, it's not an S. Well, in our world, it's an S.
Yeah.
and it's like, well, maybe
I
just
like
call him
that.
Superman.
But she doesn't really say Superman. She says.
You know what she meant. You know what they were
Oh,
going
come
with.
on.
Cuts.
All right. Let's go ahead. Let's get into. I'm gonna go ahead just for a quick little moment. Let's talk about the new movies that are going to be coming out extremely soon. It's going to be the weekend. Actually, opening this week is White House Down and The Heat, and then next week for
Yay,
July
Channing
3rd.
Tatum.
Oh gosh, get out of here. Then next week on July 3rd is Despicable Me 2, Lone Rangers, Kevin Hart, Let Me Explain, and The Look of Love. Let's go ahead and let's get into Todd's movie since he is our guest. You saw This Is the End. I saw that as well. What did you think of This Is the End?
I thought the first hour was fucking like awesome and like hilarious, and then the last hour kind of dragged.
Really?
But overall, it was a good movie.
I thought, I I kind of rate that like a 9, man. I was
It was
laughing the
really
whole
good.
time. Especially the
Michael
part
Cera doing coke off, off
and then
McLovin.
smacking Rihanna's ass.
And then he did coke off McLovin's mustache. I was like, oh my god.
And then he's getting a freaking rim job and a blow job at the same time. That is freaking awesome,
I didn't
man.
see this movie.
And then there's a part, dude, like, there's a part where Jonah Hill gets like, I guess it, like, the covers get pulled off him by a demon, and this demon has this giant boner. Spoilers. This giant boner, and he's like, stop. Who does he say is touching him again?
I don't know. I think it was McBride or something.
It's funny. He's like, stop. He's like, oh no, this is real. And like, it wakes up and the demon just like freaking has at him, man.
And
He's-
then the next morning, he
It's like
wakes
Tenacious D
Yeah.
with KG.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, next morning he wakes up and he like eventually becomes like possessed and stuff. I like the part where they have the Milky Way. He's like, all right, man, I'm gonna want a piece of that Milky Way. He's like, I'm gonna be pissed if I don't get any. Look, this is my snack. Like, I bought this for me to eat. Right before the party, I'm like, I'm gonna be fucked up. I'm gonna be hungover. I walked down to the store. I got my Milky Way snack. I'm gonna eat it after. And there's like, look it, we're all splitting the freaking Milky Way, all right? Nobody gets any more than the other. What's his name is a giant douchebag. The guy from
Daniel McBride.
yeah, Eastbound and Down, right?
How about that's the
He's
only...
awesome.
he's-
That guy's awesome.
Honestly, it's the only movie I've ever liked him in.
That wasn't a movie. That was a TV show.
Or
The
whatever.
baseball one.
Anything
Yeah,
I've
it was
ever
a
liked him in.
yeah, and
Always
he was a professional baseball player.
Yeah.
Then he moves to town. He moves down to Mexico for
Yeah.
some weird reason.
I thought they were supposed to do another season of that.
They
I don't
were.
know what the hell happened.
They were supposed to.
Yeah, he was freaking hilarious in that.
Dude, I like him. He's like a mix of like a more assholey version of Seth Rogen.
All right, I could agree with the Jew haircut and everything, and the mullet. Don't know why
He's the
that's
only one that can
necessary.
rock the mullet.
He really is. He really.
He's
is.
true redneck.
You didn't like him in This
I
Is the
liked
End?
him more in this than I did in Pineapple Express. I'm not a huge fan,
He was
but
a-
he's all right.
He was a fucking dick in this.
I loved
Oh,
him
yeah.
in
He was-
Tropic Thunder.
He freaking gets like the water, and he's like, they're like, "Whoa, dude! Like, what are you
Puts it
doing?"
on his
You-
feet.
Yeah, he gets like bottled like all the bottled waters they have, and he washes himself down, and like all the food that they have, he cooks this giant breakfast for everybody, and like doesn't even realize, like doesn't even care that it's the end of the world. He's kind of like whatever, and he's just like doing stuff, and they're like, "Whoa, what are you doing?" He's like, "I freaking made this for all you guys. The fuck, you guys are so ungrateful." And they're like, "All right, well, we're sorry," and he's a freaking douchebag through the whole.
He's
like,
always a douche.
I'm glad he gets kicked out in the long run. All right, what else did you like about the movie, or didn't like?
It's all right. James Franco was pretty cool.
I thought
I liked all the cameos. Seriously, the cameos were the funniest parts of the movie.
the guy from Knocked Up and This Is 40. After everything is breaking down,
Anchorman.
yeah. After everything's breaking down, you just see him run up with a champagne bottle. Holy shit! And it's like, where did you come from? Like, totally late for the party. So did you guys just see what happened? And they're like, yeah, we're right here. Like, of course we did. And oh man, yeah, I gotta say
Kevin
that.
Hart refuses to say Reese Ansari.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that shit was
it's like,
hilarious.
fuck you, man. You're already in the pit, dude. He's like, oh come on, screw you, man. What's his name? That I just remember him as like a Jewish guy from Entourage. He's like, all right, man. It's like, I'm gonna give you all of my weight, and I'm gonna swing, and you're gonna swing me up. You're gonna put me on the ledge. All right, man, I got you. He's like, are you sure? I'm gonna give you all of my weight right now. He's like, yes, I have you. Don't worry. He's like, I have to give you everything. He's like, I have you. I'm gonna swing you onto the ledge. He's like, okay. And he lets go and he fucking falls directly into the pit. Dude, like, there's no chance that he freaking survives. It's freaking hilarious. And then, of course, like, the Canadian guy, because he's, like, best friends with Seth Rogen, he's going to heaven. And, like, he tries to, like, sneak Seth Rogen in. And, of course, they're flying up, and all you hear is, and I will always love you. And then, like, he's like, dude, you got to let me go, man. Like, the
Spoilers.
Yeah,
That's
spoilers.
right.
Sorry.
Jesus Christ, man.
He's like, dude, you no. But the very end is the best part when they get into heaven.
Ah, that was
That,
annoying.
that was fucking hilarious. So they're going up, and he's like, "You just gotta let me go." So he lets him go, and freaking like, there's a demon that's about to eat like Seth Rogen, and then the thing catches him, and the song plays again, and they're freaking going up, and the demon gets his freaking dick cut off, and he's like, "No!" He has in his hand. Another con moment. Con.
Okay, I need to see this movie.
Oh, dude, you
Just
got it. It's
stop.
freaking hilarious.
Just stop.
Please, it sounds too amazing. All right, let's get into this week's top movies. Monsters University, which we're about to get into, was number one with $82.4 million, man. That is ridiculous.
Yeah,
I was not expecting that.
I
number
was
at
expecting
all.
that.
Billy
Gee.
Crystal is going all the way to the bank.
And John Goodman, man, both of those guys. World War Z came in 2. Man of Steel came in 3. This Is
Anybody
the End
want to
came in
see
4.
World War Z?
I do, actually.
It's one of those movies that I'm probably going to watch when it comes on Netflix or the Dollar Theater, or I'm going to watch it on TV randomly 5 years from now.
What about you?
I'm over the whole zombie thing.
This is
It was a
like
great book, though. It was a great book.
yeah,
though,
but it has
so why
nothing
not?
to do with the book.
What do you mean it has nothing to do with the book?
It's exactly what I just said.
Don't tell me that. All right, and then, geez, I think I went 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, number 5 is Now You See Me. Number 6 is Fast and the Furious 6. Number 7 is Purge. Number
Fast and the
8
Furious 6 is still on the list.
Yes, it's still on the list. That is making $4.9 million.
You know what's bad if they have a trailer for the next movie once the movie comes out.
That's horrible.
It's like Back to the Future Part 2 and then a trailer for Back to the Future Part
Part
3
3.
right after the movie.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, yeah, they do that. I forgot. The Internship, number 8. Star Trek Into Darkness, number 9. And Iron Man 3 at $2.2 million is number 10. So, Hayden, you went to go see Monsters University.
Yes,
What
I
do you
did.
rate it, first off?
Probably the same as Man of Steel, an 8.
An 8? Solid 8?
Solid 8.
All right. Good, bad, amazing, cool, funny.
I liked it a lot. I thought it was really interesting, but the one thing I hate about prequels is the fact that they bring other people from the original one and they try to seem like they knew them, but in the original one they had no idea who they were.
So Randall's in it.
Yes.
Is the guy that works... Ooh, excuse me.
I'm going to spoil it. The Abominable Snowman makes an appearance.
That is awesome, though.
Not really.
Welcome to the Himalayas.
No. I'm
Oh,
going
don't
to
worry, it's lemon flavor.
No, I'm
You
gonna-
don't remember that part?
spoil it because you know in the first one they didn't know each other at all until they met that one part, right?
Well, they didn't say they didn't know each other.
Well, but
just
they
got
did-
exiled.
Yeah, but you know that like they didn't really know each other at the time.
Oh, like they're homies.
Like they
in
just
this
like
one?
no like it's okay. They wait. They
Spoilers,
kind of.
dude,
They,
just let it
okay,
out.
so they end up. Okay, the whole point of the movie is basically Mike Wazowski wants to be a scare to work at Monsters Inc. Then he goes to Monsters University because they have the best scare program. Then you meet Sully, that's like the jock, like the big jackass of the whole school, right?
Okay.
And like you see Mike as like the
nerdy guy.
that, like he gets everything like right. And the funny thing is, Randall is his roommate.
That's weird.
It's funny. It's actually really it's very funny. Then
Is he a
like,
jerk in it still?
no. Actually, he's really nice.
The prequel show why Randall becomes a
Yes,
jackass.
yes.
Oh,
All right.
But it's
I just
not-
don't want to ruin it.
It actually is not as it's not as you think it is.
You got to ask Sue.
Yeah, it does too.
But
I was saying like. Then, like, you find out that they're in the program they are. If they fail their final exam, they get expelled from that course.
wow.
Like, they don't go any further than that point. Then, to spoil it, they don't get in. Then they're both in the same class trying to figure out those like tube things, like how to make those tube things that have the screams in them.
Yeah.
Then they find out that there's this thing called this what's it called? It's like the Scare Cup or something.
Okay.
And like basically Mike's like, well, if we win, you have to bring us back in the scare program because you got rid of the best scare of the whole school. And it's like, then I'll prove that you're wrong. And he's like, you know what, go ahead. But it's like you have to be on a sorority, and he finds like the biggest like loser sorority ever.
Oh, gosh.
Then
So they're like girls, technically?
no, okay, kinda. Then like you see like Sullivan. He's like, you know what? I want to get in here too. He's just doing it for himself, basically, like any other jock. He's like, I want to be in this team also. Then like they do this first race. They're supposed to be, because every time you lose, the last team gets exterminated from the whole contest, right? So in the first race, they lose, but for some weird reason, by some luck, they still are in it because someone took like
Someone cheated.
someone
something?
cheated.
Yeah.
Then like, oh, that team is disqualified, so technically they're last place, so you're still in. And it's like the whole movie's basically doing all this shit.
All the stuff.
Spoilers.
Stay in it.
At the end, there's this final thing where they have to do the scare room thing, like the simulation.
Is it with Randall?
Yeah, this is actually how kind of why.
All right.
Okay,
Let's not go into any more details than that. But that does. I want to see it.
And how they actually get to where they are from the first one is actually really kind of cool. I really liked it.
So it blends in good. It's not like a prequel that's unnecessary. It's like this definitely flows very well.
yes.
All right. Well, then why not, man?
Should I spoil a little bit more? Or
No.
Okay.
I already spoiled too much with This Is the End. Actually, no. Since I did do that, go for it. Just don't spoil the very end. Because I didn't spoil the very, very
That's
end.
kind of hard though, because this is actually the end.
All
kinda.
right, no more then. No more. We're going to go ahead.
Well, I'll tell you how Randall becomes a jackass.
All right. Sounds good.
Okay,
Spoilers.
so like the last event, it's called this. It's like I forgot what it's called, but basically you get the two simulators, right? And they set it up to the highest level. Like you get scared. Like there's certain levels, but they turn it to the highest one, so they're not freaked out as much. And so Sully and Randall are going to the same, like not the same room, but they have different rooms right next to each other, and they're like going face to face. Well, Randall fucked up trying to scare the person, and he didn't get anything, and fucking Sully just like blew him out of the water. And he's like, because Randall fucked up because like he has his camouflage.
Yeah.
Well, like in the room, he landed on this like sheet or something that had like had like hearts on it.
like
And
trips or something.
He like trips and has hearts on it, so he tries to scare the chick or
And
the person,
nothing
and nothing happens. And like at the end, like you see like Sully gets like the whole thing, and like you just see Randall's like, I'm never letting you beat me ever again after this.
So he's holding the grudge,
Yeah.
man. All right.
It's funny because like the first time you see him, he has glasses on.
Does he?
Yeah. Then you see him like. Then like you first meet him, it's like, oh, I could do this. He turns invisible, and he's like, Mike's like, hey, that's pretty interesting. He's like, yeah, really? He's like, yeah, you can use that to your advantage, but lose the glasses though.
There's just gonna be floating glasses around.
Yeah, there's actually
Scary as hell, man.
floating glasses.
All right, let's go ahead. Let's put a lid on it for this week. Once again, I'm MTR, also known as Matt Thread, and as always,
Hayden.
and our special guest, Todd, who's just drawing. He's not even paid. Todd. All right, you guys, tune in next week. We're going to be talking about brand new movies, everything's coming out, what we've seen, what we haven't, anything good, most likely a lot of stuff that are bad. This was Flick Flicks, loving and hating movies, as well as everything in between. Have a great time, you guys. Bye-bye.